What's up YouTube, it's Kira here. We're back in another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kirarai, and if you're returning, then welcome back, y'all. It's episode 3, tea with KEEKS. Let's go. As promised, if you guys watched my video last week, I mentioned how I would make part 2 to relationships. So last week we talked about social relationships and like parties and stuff like that, and this week we're gonna be talking about romantic relationships. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into this thing. All right, bear with me, grab your tea, grab your notebook, whatever you need to take notes. Okay, I'm gonna be spitting stuff. Okay. First things first, when it comes to romantic relationships in college, don't come to college with a boyfriend, or girlfriend. Just don't do it. Don't come to college with someone who you dated, in high school, because 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna last. Speaking from personal experience, I went to prom and dated this guy in high school, like literally my senior year after not being in a relationship like all 4 years, and I was just like in denial. Like I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna last, it's gonna go all 4 years, la la la. You know how you get in a relationship and you're just like suddenly like planning your whole life with them? That's what was happening. And so then as soon as I got to college, this person was at the forefront of my mind, and I was trying to commit so heavily to that while also trying to commit to this new thing called college and figure out time management and scheduling and rehearsals, all of this stuff, that it was just an extra weight that I didn't need. And the person wasn't a weight to me. Let me just say that, just in case you're out there watching this video. The person themselves was not like a weight or a burden on me, but just trying to adapt to a new environment, and one that is like so different from high school. That's a big thing, and I personally feel like it's something that you need to be doing by yourself. Like you don't need to spend your extra time talking to someone else. Let me just speak for myself. I didn't need to spend my extra time talking to someone else because, one, they were on the other side of the country because they went somewhere different for college. I was just stressed. It was just adding more stress to my plate, and it was unnecessary stress. So don't come to college with a boyfriend. Also, like, you don't know who you're gonna meet at school. So I just don't really think I don't think it was smart for me to come to school thinking, oh, I'll never meet anyone else that is like this person, or no one will exceed my expectations, whatever it is. And it was just kind of really silly of me to think that way, because like I'm in a whole new environment. Like people are literally coming from across the country, across the world to this school, and I like didn't think that I would meet anyone else. Like it just didn't really make any sense. Yeah, but more so the whole stress thing is not necessary. So if you can avoid it, don't do it, y'all. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. God's gonna bring y'all back together. That's what I believe. That's the first thing. The second thing, these people out here are snakes, okay? Let me tell y'all, my freshman year, there was this person that lived in my dorm, and this person was plotting against me. That's why I say these people are snakes out here. When you go to college, or just when you're in college in general, there are people who like don't care about your feelings, like at all. They come to college and they come to explore and get out there, la la la, and they will leave you wrecked. So all this goes to say, don't get played. And if you can avoid getting your feelings hurt, then avoid getting your feelings hurt, okay? I know that coming to college is so exciting, and it's just so like thrilling just to see what's out there and stuff. But it's like you may have good intentions for something and towards someone, but that may not be reciprocated. And I honestly feel like 9 times out of 10, it's not. Like it's kind of rare finding a good person nowadays, which like really sucks to say, but it is. So these people are snakes out here, and don't be trusting everybody, okay? Don't be putting your heart on the line, la la la, ready to like give it up, give it all, whatever it is, to this one person, because I'm like, it probably ain't gonna work out, okay? So yeah, this then is a good segue into my next point, and I did touch this a little bit in the last video, actually a whole lot of it in the last video. Not everyone is your friend. You can meet someone and they present themselves to you as a certain person or in a certain way, but then 3 months later they will switch up on you, and you're gonna be like, what happened? As I said in the last video, it's okay to get out there and meet new people and open yourself up a little bit, but also protect your heart and protect your peace. Like don't just be willing to throw everything out there, throw everything about you and all this stuff like on the line to these first set of people that you meet in college. Like more people will come, and yeah, it's just I don't know, I just feel like you might be setting yourself up for failure or for an emotional, you know, train wreck to happen. Remember me. I had to learn that in probably the worst way possible. Like, this person was plotting against me, guys. Plotting against me. I didn't even know people did that. Like, what? Another thing that I want to say about romantic relationships, make sure that you are not attaching your identity to someone else. If you get in a relationship and you find yourself literally planning everything around this person and like their availability and all this stuff, or you say, oh, I can't do this if I can't see this person, or I can't do this if I can't see this person, or I don't feel right if I don't see this person. Girl, no, we don't do that, okay? We will be fine with or without these people in our lives, okay? And once you realize that, you're gonna be set, girl, okay? My sophomore year, I met this person, my friend introduced me to them, and yeah, we ended up like getting together for maybe like a little bit over a year, and it was just bad. Like, it was just really bad. And bad because, and this was never something I would admit then, but like, I definitely attached my identity to this person and used them as a means to run away from like all of my problems. Like, I went through a lot of social problems sophomore year, and then just like trauma that I've like never addressed from like a really long time ago. I used this person and expected them to like make me feel better, but that wasn't fair to them because they're not a therapist, like, and it's not their job to fix me. Tying this back in to what I was saying, I feel like before you enter into a relationship, like, you have to know how to be okay on your own. And I feel like you hear this all the time, people saying, leave your baggage at the door. Like, seriously, like, you need to already have your baggage checked before you get on the plane, because it's not that person's job to fix you and to carry your bags. And like, you know, if they want to, you know, chivalry wise, then if the person wants to literally like carry your bag for you, then whatever. But in terms of emotional baggage and trauma and stuff, you can't expect yourself to fully be happy and thrive in this relationship if you haven't fixed those things on your own. And something that really helped me get to that point was my spirituality. Like, I'm spiritual, as you guys already know. My junior year, I like got out of this relationship and I was like, okay, Kira, I was like, you're an emotional wreck, girl. Like, you do not know what you're doing with your life right now. And the only thing that I could do was turn to God, like, seriously, because I didn't know what else to do, and none of my friends could help me. You know, they weren't in the situation. Like, this was me. This was God being like, Kira, it's time, baby, okay? It's time to fix this relationship. It's time to fix your relationship with yourself. And so the phrase, love thy neighbors as they love thyself. So I would just like think about that all the time. And in that period of my life, I felt like I would hear that like constantly, like read it on Instagram or someone would say it. And I'm just like, wow, like, okay, this seems to be very significant and I just need to figure out what it means. So love thyself. I have to know how to love me first in order to know how to love someone else. And so I was not prioritizing myself. I wasn't prioritizing my relationship with God. Like, I wasn't prioritizing spending intentional time with my friends. So in all that, like, that means that I wasn't loving myself. And I wasn't loving myself to address any like trauma that I've like dealt with in the past or anything. So there was no way that the relationship would work, or like a relationship with anyone would work, because like I did not know how to properly love and take care of myself. I feel like where I am in my life right now, if I am not good with me personally, and if I don't know how to put myself first above everything, then I feel like a relationship won't work. And that's for me, y'all. That's for me. It just won't work. And one of my friends that I would talk to frequently, like in this time of my life, like he would always tell me, embrace your singleness, like love your singleness. He would put me on to like the Mike Todd sermons where he like talked about singleness and stuff, and like how it's just a time in your life to like grow and dive deep into yourself and dive deep into your relationship with God. And I was like, that's what I needed. And I'm so happy that I did that, and I didn't just like jump into another relationship, because honestly, in doing that, I found my self-worth. And once you do that, no one can tell you a thing, baby, okay? You won't allow yourself to get into these situations with these people who will waste your time, because you know what you deserve. You know what you you know what you deserve. And I'm not about to waste my time with someone who don't deserve me. I don't see that as cocky or anything, or, you know, self-absorbed, whatever, but I'm just like, I know my worth. And I think that a lot of people don't know their worth in this world, but, and I so badly, like, want them to, like, access that, because then honestly I think people who identify as women, we just won't end up in these terrible situations, you know. Now obviously there are other factors that, like, happen and everything, but knowing your worth is probably one of the strongest and most powerful things that a woman can, like, find out about themselves. Personal growth, y'all. Personal growth, I feel like, is the key to a successful and really happy relationship, because you're not walking into something and just saying, here, fix me. You know, like, it's like, no, I'm good. Are you good? What do you have to bring to the table? Are you going to live up to my expectations? Because I have high expectations now, because I know I'm a queen and I'm not just a girlfriend, I'm a wife. And I know that about myself. Not saying that I want to get married right now, because I need to establish my career first. That's another thing. But it's there's so many things I can talk about. But yeah, not saying I want to be a wife right now or get married to, you know, to the person that I feel lives up to those expectations. But it's just like, I'm not just someone who you can just, like, date, you know, like, casually, you know, like, no, like, I am great. Okay. And again, I'm not being cocky, but I'm so confident in the person that God has created me to be. And, like, I want that for everyone out there. I want that for everyone out there. So that is that, y'all. There was, okay, the little point that I got excited about a second ago, and I should have mentioned this before I went into the whole spiel about personal growth, but it's like, do not plan your life around someone. No, especially in this period where we're so young. And sometimes I have to check myself, because it's easy to put someone in your plans and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. But then it's like, okay, am I being codependent? Because we don't want that. That is what I think about now when I think about a relationship, because, like, you know, I do want to be, I ain't gonna lie, I do want to be in a relationship, y'all. But if someone asks me to put my life on hold, or if someone says, oh no, don't do that, do this instead, or, like, just if someone gets in the way of my purpose in general, then you gotta go, okay? Because we both need to be chasing our purposes together, you know? And that doesn't mean crossing paths, but it's like, how can I support you when you're here, and how can you support me when I'm here? Okay, essentially what I'm saying is, if you get into a relationship, partnership, whatever, with someone, and they start to get into the way of your purpose, then you gotta kick them out, okay? They gotta go, because we can't have that, okay? I gotta be financially stable, and yeah, you're not gonna get in the way of that. And if you ask me to, then, like, bye, because that's a value of mine, and, like, that's something that I want for myself and my potential, like, family in the future. So yeah, don't let anyone get in the way of your purpose. These people are snakes out here. Personal growth is quite literally everything, and don't come to school with a boyfriend or a girlfriend, okay? I told y'all this video was gonna be a little bit long. Those are, like, oh my gosh, those are, like, the things that I, like, live by, I feel like, when it comes to a relationship. And, like, I honestly am pretty sure I could talk some more on these things, and if I did, it would more so be on the, like, self-discovery, personal growth side of things, just because, like, it is so important, especially if you're, like, spiritual like me. Like, there are so many things that we can dive into. But that's all I have to say for now. I just got, like, really excited talking about that. Like, I'm just so excited that I got to, like, share that with you guys, because it just, I know how much it changed my life, and how much having these, like, ideas has shaped me into the person that I am, like, talking to you today. So yeah, I just very happy I got to share that with you guys. But I'm gonna wrap things up for now. If you have any questions, comments, whatever it is, you know, if there's something that you want me to talk about, like, please go ahead and drop it in the description area below, or you can DM me on Instagram. You already know my info, it's in the description box. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.